Pawnstar Freakouts. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Screen Orb. Pawnstars has had plenty of memorable moments since it first started airing on the History Channel in 2009. From irate customers to in-store pranks, the guys at the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop in Las Vegas have seen and done it all. Things can get downright bizarre at times, but what do you expect from a pawn shop that's open 24 hours a day in Sin City? Here are some of the best Pawnstar Freakout moments. Number 1. A giant golden Richard Nixon head. It takes two people to carry this giant gold-painted foam Richard Nixon head into the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. When it's plunked down in front of Rick, he just laughs. What in the world would anyone do with such a thing? To answer that, the owner puts it on, turning himself into a human bobblehead, complete with a big bulbous nose. Definitely funny, but Rick still isn't convinced it's worth buying, and he just lets out a hearty laugh when the guy he's saying hopes to get $2,500 for it. No one's gonna buy a dickhead, Rick jokes. Indeed, Nixon has been a running joke since resigning from the US presidency in 1974 amid the Watergate scandal. But the item's owner explains that since he's owned it, plenty of people have taken photos with the foam head while making Nixon's famous V for Victory sign with their hands. It could be great for the pawn store window, but Rick isn't sold and neither is the foam head. Number 2. Western novelty dummies. A guy walks into a pawn shop carrying two life-size dummies dressed in Western wear. No, this isn't the beginning of a bad joke, it's something that actually happened on Pawnstars. While Chumley is obviously bewildered, the old man is rather intrigued by the enormous borderline creepy dolls. These particular dummies are hand-painted with movable joints and various heads to choose from. They're just lifelike enough that the owner has sat them in his car to keep people from breaking in. That's right, they're not just terrifying decorations, they're effective crime deterrents. While the owner paid $1,000 for each, the old man firmly offers him $500 for the both. The man says he needs a moment, taking one last look at the dummies before agreeing to the offer. They're quickly hauled off to the back of the shop and posed. Number 3. A customer's reaction alerts security. Hoping to make some money by parting with some art, a customer visits the Gold and Silver with a statue of Perseus and Pegasus made by Emile Louis Picault in the second season of Flight of the Chum. Being familiar with Picault's work, Rick knows that the statues are highly collectible and worth thousands of dollars, so he gives the customer's items a thorough look. Rick immediately becomes suspicious when he finds markings on the statue that do not match the period that it was produced in. He then finds markings engraved on the statue showing that it was made in the United States. Since the artist is French, this confirms that this statue is a reproduction. At the suggestion that the statue may not be entirely authentic, the customer gets angry with Rick. Agitated, the customer says, "I don't care what you say, I don't care what you tell me, but I know you're full of shit." As the tension mounts, the Pawn Star's security guard Antoine begins walking towards the customer in case an intervention is needed. However, he is waved off by Rick. In the end, the old man diffuses the situation by calmly but firmly explaining that they are not interested in buying the statue. Number 4. A costly can of elephant waste. Here's a deal that really stinks. A seller comes into the pawn store carrying a specialized case. Okay, you might be thinking it's a rare gemstone, or perhaps a delicate piece of machinery. Nope, the case contains a can of Zoodoo, which is guaranteed genuine rotten elephant manure. Yes, he's literally trying to sell a load of crap. This product was sold by the Washington Park Zoo in Portland, Oregon to raise money to protect endangered species. It's labeled as nature's most potent fertilizer, and it very well might be. The Washington Park Zoo isn't the one selling its manure, implying a robust clientele. The owner thinks that this novelty item is priceless because it's rare, but he's willing to part with it for $10,000, although he admits out of earshot of the Pawn Stars gang that he'd settle for $5. The old man thinks it's a ridiculous thing to buy, but Chumley thinks that the old school packaging and jokey novelty factor is cool, so leave it to Chum to shell out $20 of his own money for a crap in a can. Number 5. George Washington's suit. Season 15 saw one of the greatest items in Pawn Stars history, a suit worn by none other than George Washington. This silk suit is from the mid-18th century and was originally pink in color before time did its thing and washed out the dye. At the time, pink was a fashionable color that signified success and luxury. As you can imagine, a suit worn by George Washington will fetch a bit of money, and the seller was asking for $3 million. However, that was a little too much for Rick, who offered $2 million before bowing out. Maybe now the seller can sell or donate the suit to the museum where it should have been all along. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are currently on your screen, because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.